Hello there, everybody. This is Fraser Armstrong again for Music for Mere Mortals. Today we're going to look at the Dorian mode. What I want to do here is I want to try to explain the Dorian mode in the simplest terms we can. So let's just take any major key. So in our example here, we're taking G. And if you'll notice, this is our normal step sequence: step, step, half step, 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 half step. Now that's the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do thing. Now, but instead of G being home, we're going to use all the same notes in the key of G, but we're going to make A home. Does that make sense? Okay. So we're going to make A home, or the tonal center, but we're still going to use all G notes. We're not going to use A major notes. We're just going to use G notes. So all A Dorian, like so this is A Dorian. And just to make things simpler in your head, it's just a G scale starting at the 2. If you want to know what major scale coincides with the Dorian scale that you're in, all you've got to do is take the note that your tonal center and go back one step. So, because we're always starting at the 2, and I'll give you some examples of different keys so you can see what we're doing. We're showing how to derive a Dorian scale from a major scale. It's very easy. Okay, so if you're in C, all right, all you've got to do to play in the Dorian scale is to make the D home. So if you're in D Dorian, you're actually in C. So C Dorian, B Dorian, D Dorian. So all you need to do is go back one step, and that's your home key. So if you already know how to play your C scale or your A scale or your B flat scale, and we usually learn the major stuff first, it's easy. All you got to do is start from the 2nd and end it on the 2nd. And let's take a look at Safe and Sound. Now, Safe and Sound is in A Dorian. So what is its corresponding major key? So we ask ourselves, what major key has A as the 2nd? A, if it's the 2nd in a major key, we know that it is a step away from the 1 of its major key. So we're in the major key of G, and we can think of this song Safe and Sound as starting in this, as playing in this key if we want to. And but all we're doing is we're making A the tonal center, or home. And when you look at the verse structure, you'll see that it starts out with A minor, E minor, C, and G. A minor being the tonal center. Okay, so here's another example of a chord progression in the Dorian mode. Wicked Games by Chris Isaak. So this chord progression repeats itself over and over. A bar of B, a bar of A, and 2 bars of E. What is the tonal center of the song? Well, the tonal center of the song is B minor. B is the 2 of what major scale. Well, there's a step between the 2 and the 1, so A major is the corresponding major scale of B Dorian. Okay, now we're still on the chord progression a little bit here, so let's take a closer look at this. We've got C major, and it has step, step, half step, 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 half step. Okay, that's our do, re, mi thing. Now, our 1 in large Roman numerals is a major when you derive the chord. The 2 is always a minor, the 3 is a minor, the 4 is a major, the 5 is a major, and 6 is a minor, and 7 is diminished. So, if we're going to play in Dorian, that means we're going to use all C notes, but we're going to start them at D. We're going to make the D minor, or the D note, our tonal center. In that sense, the half steps move, because the mind is thinking that the half step should come between the 3 and the 4 rather than the 2 and the 3. So this is the trick that we play on the mind with modes. You know, we're not doing anything. We're still playing in the key of C, but we're just starting it on D. So we're doing a little trick on the mind. So as soon as we make this the tonal center, the half steps move, and it has that characteristic sound. It's I don't know. To me, there's in a way there's actually some hope in the Dorian. It's not really sad. It's kind of thinking about being sad, or it's thinking about coming out of being sad. I don't know. That's how it feels to me. And is it a minor mode? Yes, because our tonal center is a minor chord. Okay, now that we've talked about some chord progressions and that really the Dorian mode is just the 2 of a major scale, let's go and look at a C major scale so that we don't have to deal with any sharps or flats. Okay? All right, here we go. Here's our normal C major. Okay, now the Dorian scale is just C major notes starting on D right here instead of C. And we're going to end. So we're making this our tonal center or home. So there's our tonal center chord, D minor. So D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D. All right. Another pattern from this D. So let's say our notes on the way down. D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D. Now that pattern that we just did, we can translate it to this D here. So we're going D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, shift for the B string, E, F, G, A, B, C, D. All right, so we just have to do that little shift for the B string. Another D. Okay, here's your open D. D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D. D minor. Okay, so there's how that scale works into your tonal center. If you want to play in D Dorian, know where all your C scales are and just start them from D. That's my easy way to think about it. Anyways, there's some ideas for you for shapes and how to think about how to play the Dorian mode. Remember that you've got your tonal center on the second note or the second chord of any major scale, and you're off to the races.